just posted about us in the chat.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Hello. Hey. It's Monday.
Already, just so you know.
You guys are probably tired of seeing us, but we're kind of getting back onto our schedule now.
Where have you been?
I don't know. Twice of Joe in 1 week might be too much for people.
This is the fourth one in like 8 days.
I know.
Wow.
But we're good till next Monday, though.
Yes.
Welcome to Midnight on Monday like normal. We won't be on Friday again till the first Friday in November. So until then, we'll be on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
And because Joe,
not normal,
and Lord knows that gives her and that gives Joe a whole month of things to think of.
Well, I have to make my excuses for that one already because it's going to be on my birthday, and I think I'm out.
Aww. Oh well, if you're out, otherwise you can celebrate with us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If I get let down and I'm Billy No Mates on my birthday, then I will. But I think it is the 8th of November.
No, it's the first Friday.
First Friday.
Oh, what date's that then?
I've got to find a calendar.
Oh, I think I'll be okay then.
It's the 2nd.
Oh, I'm
no,
good.
the 1st.
I'll be fine.
It's the 1st. It's All Souls Day.
Yeah, I'll be good. I'll be fine.
It's November 1st.
It's not the 1st. Oh, yeah, it is. Yep. It's the first day of American Indian Heritage Month.
Yeah.
It could be the last week of normality.
Oh, yes, that's
could be.
Well, we'll see. I finally figured out who Walls reminds me of. And hey, Aunt.
I already
Urkel.
Hey.
Because every time he says something and they call him on it, and he's kind of like, "Did I do that?" No. Yeah. He's kind of like Urkel.
He still reminds me of the dude on Schitt's Creek.
Is he
Bob? Is that his name?
Oh, which one's Bob? Oh,
you know the guy that he prances around, and that's who he reminds me.
Is he the mechanic?
Yes.
No. Is he the mechanic?
Yes. Yeah. He owns the mechanic shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who he reminds me.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Hey, Anne. Thanks for joining us. That's okay. We're happy to have you. I like your red lipstick. It's really looks nice.
Oh, thanks.
So,
what's
up with everybody?
On my lipstick.
Are you wearing any?
Yes, of course. Always.
Oh, here we go. Here's how the
you always look fabulous.
Thank you, Anne.
He does. I'm waiting for him to color the beard though, because I figure at some point he will, just to be fun.
Yeah. I did do it once, didn't I? I did it blue once.
Just get the chalks, and then and then it just washes out the next time you shower. It's like hair chalk, and then you just can put it in different colors, and then it washes right out.
Oh, okay.
And they'll have it now because it's Halloween time. They'll have it.
Yeah. I did see a video where somebody used eyeshadow to color their blonde hair. You'll identify.
Also work.
I also identify someone with hair on my head. Well, on the top of my head.
Yeah. Did y'all see the Men for Kamala ad?
Oh no, I've not seen that yet.
Well, it turns out, they aren't real male voters. They're actually all actors.
They're all actors.
Somebody went in and traced all their, identities. So none of them were actually who they said they were. Mm-hmm. He should put some ornaments in it for Christmas. I agree, Mama Nevin. You could just hang and some glitter, yeah. Or get those little strands of lights and put them in your beard.
Yes.
I could put some Christmas stitch markers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keepers in, couldn't I? That would work.
Why are we decorating, Neil?
I don't know.
So send them to me, people. Send them in the post, and I'll wear them.
So, everybody have a good weekend.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Get any knitting or crocheting done?
Yes.
Of course. I hope everyone did.
Well, I'm going to start off because I have finished objects. And no, it's not my Christmas sweater because that's another story. I have one hat.
Very nice.
It's a gift hat. These are gifts. And then this one's still blocking, but it's the same one, but slouchier. Because the person who's getting it like slouchy.
That that dark green, is that Thicket?
Thicket. It is Thicket. This is Thicket, and I don't remember what the other color is. My bad. And then this is
the green one for
my daughter.
So you know about
she
the green
has,
hat thing.
Yes, but she has a cardigan that's made in Thicket, so it'll match.
Nice.
Tell her not to go to China.
Well, she doesn't plan to. Japan is where she'll go.
China.
This is I Smell Snow from Earth and Empress Fibers, and then this is Navy Blue from Wool Weave. And
nice.
They're both gifts. And then that pattern is, when I put it out, it's going to be my free gift pattern for the year. Nice. So, and then Chicken Lady sent me her new Christmas colorway to make my hat for the next block, and I should get that tomorrow. So I will get that to Neil as soon as it's done.
Any clues, or is that top secret?
I don't know the clues. Ribbon candy. That's the clue.
Okay.
And then my Christmas sweater is on hold because if you guys have heard Amy from Two Sisters and Tabitha from Cabot Cove Knits have made projects with that yarn that's like bunches of threads together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what my sweater yarn is, and it just looks like crap because the stitches, some of them are big and holy and some of them are small and tight. It's just not consistent, and I don't have enough of it to finish the sweater, and it's discontinued. So I'm going to use it for a crochet project because I think the structure of crochet, it'll work fine. Make a baby blanket or something.
Yeah, I did a shawl out of it.
So,
it was alpaca.
Yeah.
Is it the cotton one, or did you say it was alpaca?
No, no, the one I have is merino, but it just doesn't hold the tension very well. And so I think crochet the structure
in cotton, that yarn.
Well, this is I found on Amazon of all places, but I'm gonna use it I'm gonna make a baby blanket probably with the yarn, and then I'm gonna start my Christmas sweater over in a couple of days. But in the meantime, I started a new sweater.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is this, and then this is the color that goes with it.
Oh wow!
It's the new Just Leafy by Gingy Knits.
Okay.
Here, let me see if I have a picture of it. She just released it, and I just needed a super simple, no thinking about sweater while I'm, sad about my Christmas sweater. So this is, you can see, it's leaves.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be nice.
Perfect
so the contrast, yeah. I had this yarn for another project that it doesn't work for, so I figured I'd use it for this. So yeah, that's me. That's all I've been working on. So what's everybody else been up to?
Just those 17 pieces of work? Is that all?
Hey, hats knit quickly, okay? You knit them in the round. There's no purling.
Mm-hmm.
And I only have 5 more to knit before Christmas, so I'm good.
Wow.
Anytime.
So thank you guys. That green is amazing. It is Thicket and by Chicken Lady, and it's absolutely stunning. It really is pretty. So
not any snow where I am. It always snows in the hills first, though.
Mm-hmm.
To answer the question on screen, and it's 48 degrees right now. So
wow,
it's
48?
47 here.
We've got down to almost 90. That's like cool for us.
I don't like it.
Neil, you have a question.
Oh, this is Ollie. Was
Ollie.
He's somewhere behind me now. You might see him walk across the radiator behind me that way.
Aw.
Is he?
let's see.
Oh, Amy's here.
No. He's on the floor now.
Oh, and
Hey.
Neil, that's 9 Celsius. For the conversion.
Okay.
Are you ready for your
I
close-up?
don't know what it is here.
Hello, Ames.
Hello, I'm taking a break from my packing, but just to come on here, and I would like to let the internet know that Neil James messaged me and admitted he was wrong on something, and I just want the internet to know that.
Do you have proof?
I do. I have screenshots.
Oh, please,
You
Neil.
actually screenshot.
Neil, Amy always has receipts, okay?
He's probably done a spreadsheet about it.
And then he's gone. What did you do?
He went to go. He's going to delete it. He's going to delete it because he. Oh! I'm gonna take screenshots before he does it. Where'd he go? Come back. He's gonna delete it. Oh, Dude, I can minimize y'all and go get it. Don't doubt me. Don't go delete it, Neil James. Let me go. Where's my Insta? Hold up. See, I got it. Screenshot it. Take that, Neil James. Screenshot it.
So what are you telling the internet, Amy?
Neil very graciously sent me a Instagram reel that said, which full disclosure, I totally didn't know this. This was it. I just thought I was smart. That, you know, how he gives us gruff that, you know, they say autumn, you know, instead of fall, because we're Neanderthals and we just think because the leaves fall down, that makes it fall outside. So they're so fancy pants with their autumn, which my sister apparently likes to say the word autumnal. I'm like, could you say that more times in the podcast, please? Autumnal. And Neil,
she does like those autumnal bags, I gotta admit.
And Beetlejuice. Woo.
And Beetlejuice.
And Beetlejuice, yeah.
So Neil graciously sent me a reel of some girl. Oh, she could have been making that stuff up, Neil. We don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm giving her a lot of credit, I think, aren't I?
Supposedly that fall is an English word first because it means the fall of the leaves.
Well, then obviously during the era of Enlightenment, when we became more intelligent than Americans, that's when we changed it to the French, which is autumn. Which
you would think being isn't it the autumn equinox?
But don't the British hate the French? Don't the British hate the French? Why would you change your word to the French if you already had fall? That makes no sense. Haven't you been at war with them for like ever?
Yeah, that's because they colonized us. They invaded and colonized us. And in 1066, I believe it was. And,
he's got dates and stuff. I was just coming on here to say I was right.
Which is why, whenever I swear, I sometimes say, "Oh, excuse my French," because back in the olden days,
we say that.
Yeah, we say that.
Well, do you know where it comes from?
No,
because French can sound French can sound like a swear sometimes, depending how it's pronounced.
No, because all the posh people used to speak French and all the poor people used to speak English. And when they wanted to swear in front of the servants and the slaves,
they'd swear in French.
Because they didn't necessarily know what it meant.
That would make sense. I don't know. I never knew why we said it. We just say it. Yeah.
I think I've redeemed myself, haven't I, with the whole fall and autumn.
Speaking of our lovely friend Neil, who was commenting on American football in London. I guess it was London or one of your cities the other day.
Poor baby.
And someone had posted this. Gotta love the audacity we have to go to London, sing the anthem that's literally about beating them in a war before our game with a name we stole from a different sport that they invented.
And then we send like the worst team like 4 times in a row. So
I know, really.
But to be fair, how many of us were actually watching? I watched for all of 5-10 minutes.
You watched?
This is primarily an educational program.
That's right. I was going to say we're very educational.
I had to swing by since I will be out of town for the next few weeks, so I had to come by. So that's why I don't have anything set up, and I'm in my turban, but in my
Can I just comment on L? Yes, we say aubergine.
Yes.
No, eggplant.
Eggplant. Come on. Eggplant. It's not an egg. It doesn't even look like an egg.
Well, aubergine is
the baby ones do. The baby ones look like eggs.
Do they?
Yeah, baby eggplants.
There's another kind that looks like an egg too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, now I might say aubergine because now
because you're fancy.
Now you hang out with posh people.
No, but now they ruined the eggplant.
You can't be.
Emojis. Ruin the eggplant.
Okay.
So
we try to be educational on here because that kind of makes up for the mayhem.
And I don't like eggplant anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No.
I like eggplant parmesan.
It's too salty. I'm picky.
But depends on how you make it.
Look, Anne, I want Anne to be very proud of me because this is me very, very baby stepping into something. Oh, crap. I don't have my thing. Can you see it?
Is that color work, Amy?
I'm doing just like alternating.
Ooh,
like each row.
That's pretty. Thank you.
Do it at the same time, but spiral.
I don't know if I'd go that far, petite me.
So I'm trying, Anne. Look, I'm trying.
Yay!
I am trying.
Color work. Everyone should do color work.
I'm trying.
Amy, is Neil poshing us up here?
I'm the one that brought the hair turban, so no.
Yeah. Did you notice in her last podcast, Amy actually clarified, I am, what was it you said?
I don't even know. What did I say?
Trash, I think. No, you didn't call me trash.
Oh, because you said your accent was trashy. Because I think everything that all you and Annie and all y'all, and Joe sounds amazing to me. And I'm just like, y'all can just read the phone book. And Neil's like, well, I'm the trusty accent, you know?
What was that accent that you just did?
That was the accent of my people, Neil. I'm sorry. When you grow up on a road named after your great grandfather, that's the accent you have. Okay,
no, it
really exaggerate it a little bit.
Reminds me of the notes I read in a manga once that they it was like this small fishing village, and they wrote all of their local words as if it was from the American South, because they're like, you don't understand. These are people with a low accent, and I can't translate that, so I'm going to make that Southern.
My dad, bless his heart, he only had an 8th grade education, but the man could build a house and fix anything, but he still spelled things to the day he died phonetically. Ooh. So when I would take his grocery list, I was like, what the? I had to actually say it out loud because I couldn't understand what he was writing because my brain couldn't read it, and I'm like, what? What are you
just
saying?
Think though, if our language was phonetic, how much more brain space we would have for other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So really, he was being cleverer than most people by doing it phonetically.
He was smart.
Makes
so
sense.
Yeah.
The point of language is to be understood.
Eventually I could understand him, yeah.
So what's everybody else working on?
Just my hat that I'm very proud of.
I'm very proud of your hat. That's a step for you.
You know what that was?
Right.
That was the result of me going through stuff, because since we're packing to go out of town, and I'm suddenly got a burst in the yarn mess up there, and I had to mail some stitch stoppers. I'm like, what's over here? Look at there was this Tupperware container. Apparently I started a hat many moons ago from a cable pattern from Cheryl, and I never finished it, and I don't know what pattern it was, and I don't know where it went. So I just ripped it out and started that hat.
So Amy, you're now ready to start doing some test knits for some of my color work hats and KALS.
When I get back, yes, everyone. Surely.
Yeah.
How many colors are there? Because I've only got 2 down.
Most of them are two.
Only 2.
Yeah, but I got 2 the whole way.
And don't call him Shirley.
So go on, who's going first?
I already went, so someone else needs to go.
I have some finished objects I can't show yet because they're gifts. And then I have my sock I'm working on.
I gotta mute y'all. This is the news on.
My sock.
So you've almost finished the pair then?
No, this is the first one.
Oh,
I finished the other ones. So 2 pairs, the red ones and the stripy ones. And then I started this one, and I'm going to start another one, and I'm going to go back and forth like I do.
You could do like Anne and do one from different pairs together at the same time on the same needle. Just to make life interesting.
Gotta mix it up.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So go on, Anne. What are you on?
Me? I am having a struggle.
Oh no.
It's all right. I finished that sweater.
Yeah.
It's just kind of staring.
I know.
And
I have a question. I have a question on that sweater. Is there any way you could? Is it seamed up the sides, or is it seam where's the seams? Are they up the underarm?
There is no underarm seam.
That was under the right.
Oh, it was all in the round.
Mm-hmm. There's on the round and then piece on the side and back.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
No, it's a very well constructed sweater.
I had an idea,
wrong, but it's a very well constructed sweater.
I still say you just layer that bitch like Jessica Fletcher, like Tabitha would say. So,
Like
or you could
a big collar.
big, one of them big bow collars from the 80s.
Big collar, a little undershirt, long sleeve. Come on, Ann, you can do it.
It'll look cute.
Well,
on you,
I did think, Amy, that your idea of like making it a cardigan, I'm like, that was a good idea. I liked that idea, but that idea only works if I am like making a guest appearance in Friends. And since the show has been off the air for a while, I don't think that looks going to work for me.
Well, I was kind of thinking you make it a cardigan, then you add sleeves to it, but you know, it would be a very deep,
that's like
cardigan still, but
yeah, but you could like put a zipper in or buttons in, and
well, then you could make the stripy sleeves like we all said we were going to do for. We never did.
I'm waiting on Morgan.
It's done. The sweater is done. It's done, people. It's over. It's a finished garment. It's finished.
You could always try to lightly felt it so that it shrinks a little.
Or you just donate that bad boy to a fat girl who don't mind wearing a crop top. So, and be done with it.
Though it is a proper length now. It's just like.
Though that is a big style on internet knitting. We do know that the crop top.
Crop top over the long, tight things that they probably shouldn't be wearing. So I mean, you could just send that to somebody. So.
Hint, hint, Amy.
No, I'm not wearing a crop top, but.
I'm about to say, no, well, Amy, you're like, nah, I'm big. Send it to me. I'm like, you're not this big. You are not this big, Amy. I've never met you in person, but you're not this big.
I'm bigger than you think. I just don't have the top parts necessary to make the.
Well, and I also think you have maybe 30 minutes of weather where you could actually wear it.
Right.
So,
That is true.
That's true. True.
So, what are you working on now, Anne, to brighten your day since the sweater's done?
Well, I have like 15 things I need to do, but anytime that I start something, it crashes and burns. So I'm going to knit this beanie hat and hope that everything is happier now.
Balance the universe.
I'm going to balance the universe, quick whip this out, and then maybe it will.
You'll be back on track.
That's why I went ahead and started my hats for gifts, because I needed a victory. And
that's why I made baby blankets. That's mine. I can't screw that up.
I still need to finish mine for you. I'll try to get it done before the end of the month, but every time I pick up those big needles, my hands hurt.
I know.
So
I'm Dan can remind her viewers, I'm not even picking winners until I get back. So,
all right,
procrastinators, this is your time. Because I just don't have the brain power for that right now.
The survey is still up.
It's still up. It will be up until I am back. So.
It's not up.
What's not up?
Well,
I said it'll be up until it's not up. Ooh, look at the pretty red.
Oh, rub that sweater in Anne's face.
This is the Bebe blanket, which is now a sweater. Sorry, Bebes.
For the Bebe blanket.
That was fast.
Well,
that was fast.
It's only 120 stitches in the round, and I've made hats with more stitches than that. So it's
because it's bulky.
Wow. Annie made a good point when she saw. I sent a picture of it, and she said that because obviously because I'm big, wearing super bulky, it's in proportion, so it doesn't actually look like it's super bulky when it's on. When I'm wearing it.
No, it doesn't.
So the only thing I've got to do is when I put it on this, although it's not too loose, but it just was pulling a bit, the neck. So I'm going to crochet around the neck on the inside just to stabilize it a bit.
That's the beard space.
Yes.
Yeah. Gee, and
built it in.
And I could crochet it with a white edging, for Santa Claus maybe, just to.
And who was it who told you should make a red sweater? Therese, do you have any idea who?
It was an unreliable person, I think. Somebody, we shouldn't listen to very often. But yeah, just got to do the sleeves. But I'm not doing that until tomorrow because
That's
tired.
Okay. Neil thinks he's got all the surprises, but I have an evil plan for Neil that he doesn't know about, and I will enlist our friends soon enough. So.
Ooh.
We do. Oh, speaking of, since we have you here, Neil. Tabitha wants to do a show with you. Can you please contact her, because she's mentioned it multiple times? And
in Neil's defense, Tabitha took a break.
I understand that.
Oh, is this like the Friends?
No,
we were on a break.
No, I'm just passing on the message. You guys can coordinate it yourself, but I figured since I saw you, because she always says, "Tell Neil I want to do a show."
Like,
we've already decided what the subject is, but I've just got to listen to a podcast which I've not been able to start yet. So and I think there's about 12 episodes of it. I can't remember how many. And then once I've done that, then we shall do one.
He's very busy.
I am very busy.
I know. And it's not like you don't have a magazine to put out,
When's
too.
the deadline? Tomorrow?
Yeah, the deadline's tomorrow, and I haven't even done my pieces yet. I've got
all you're getting is one cocktail. Sorry.
Well,
Therese, you're trying to keep quiet there, but I haven't forgotten.
Neil. Sorry. Okay, I have dropped the ball on contributing to Blocked and, public shaming later next week. We'll figure that one out. But also, I need to get to you our upcoming knit along.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
that's the point. If anybody wants me to put the knit alongs in the magazine, like a bit
yes,
like
please.
Calendar, but you have to send.
I have a
the
headache
details.
from your knit along, Anne. And
don't do what Tabitha does and just say, "Oh, can't you just find out and do it?" Because it's like, well,
no, Anne.
Yeah, but
well, you've got my logo, Neil, that I sent you with you helped me make it, so you have all the details.
Well, I only have the logo. I don't know what the details.
Yeah, but everything's on there. Everything's on there. The date, knit a sweater.
Oh, is it? Ah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. You helped me make it, so.
I did.
And guess what? I don't have
I actually typed it out.
So I'm
oh, look.
Emily, I tell you what, Emily, will you tell Tabitha? Yes, I will do a show.
This feels like third grade, like when they pass the note and they're like,
check yes or no. Hey, George Strait.
Check yes, no. Yeah, guess what? We're not having any knit along, so I'm done.
Hey,
you don't have to worry about me.
Yes, although but you can cheer us all on.
I probably should have wrote. Oh my God, wrote.
English art.
Is it written or wrote?
Well, finish it. And
should have written
something. That's right. That's correct. Okay, that hurt for a second.
Words.
Since it was my fault that the theme is
and the English portion of our educational podcast has just been
educated.
I'm educated.
Everybody needs to know that the last 3 themes of the year were down to Amy, I think, weren't they?
Hey, Morgan.
Last month was that yours as well?
Morgan, where are you at? Come on.
Mom and Evan.
Oh, just send me a message and I'll put it in.
Or email him.
And yes, Emily, English is hard.
It is hard. I don't even know what the last topic is. I did it.
Tell your people at work you have someplace better to be.
Jeez.
Cold Heart next month. Fall Your and last month was.
And nobody will even make fun of your shawl because Joe's not here.
Damn it, Joe.
Ooh. Okay, so my pattern that I'm going to send you and my Chicken Lady yarn will be in the next issue then. Not this one, but the next one. The last one of the year. The December one.
It is.
Okay.
I kept swapping and changing. It is going to be a Christmas issue next issue, but we're going to try and get it out earlier than we anticipate.
Okay. Well, I should have you that by the end of the week. I'll give you the pattern by the end of the week. So once I get the yarn tomorrow.
Enough time for us.
Yeah. Tell people really should quit, when.
Send Neil.
So I can make a Festivus thing for next issue.
Say that again, sorry?
I can make a Festivus thing for next issue. Right?
Oh, yeah. Festivus for the rest of us. Talk about your cow thing. Aren't people supposed to be submitting like cow designs for your magazine?
Yeah.
Yes, that's going to be going right through till the end of the year, though. So there's still
okay.
For that.
Okay.
It'll probably the winner won't be announced until the February issue, but the deadline will be the end of the year.
Crochet metal pole, I think, is going to be my contribution.
A metal pole?
The aluminum pole. For the feet.
Aluminium pole.
Yes. Yes.
The Festivus pole.
Yes.
Uh-oh, Joe Bob's here.
Oh,
Bob.
I'm in charge of the airing of grievances.
That would be fun in an issue of Block. We should do that.
The airing of grievances.
Air grievances.
Oh,
But
boy.
they have to be knitting related.
They're knitting related.
It's a double issue.
So everyone's heard that. Amy is coordinating that for next issue. So please send all your grievances to Amy.
I got some issues with you people. Y'all are going to hear about it.
So there you go. Everybody
send
me your knitting grievances and we will formulate them. Yes.
Oh.
That could be
Swatch,
really cool, actually.
They lie. That's number one.
Okay.
Swatches
They
lie.
do. And I swatched for this.
And swatches lie.
They do.
And I even blocked a swatch. Like, who am I? I felt like it was out of body experience because I don't actually,
That's why I don't do it anymore. Y'all are like, oh, you need to swatch it. You're gonna make a sweater. I swatched the stupid thing. It still was 3 sizes too big. So
I don't swatch much, but this time I actually swatched and blocked it, and I felt really wrong.
Dirty. It felt dirty, didn't it?
Yeah. Okay, here's a grievance. People complain about us going on each other's podcasts.
Who complains about that? First of all, I'm a
What are shows for but to go on?
Where are you supposed to go?
I've seen it in, that internet site that we don't talk about.
Well, they're just sad they're not us. And that's probably the one dislike I get on my
and I thought about it, and most of us are Gen X, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're used to being feral because we were all raised feral.
Yeah.
And we're used to interacting in person. We didn't grow up with the internet, so our automatic way is to see each other face to face and talk to each other as opposed to just messaging. So I think that's part of why it is, because we'd much rather see each other and see our friends. Yeah. So
when they kick
I
us
said
off their
most of us,
spaces-
Mom and Evan, you're close enough to a Gen X. We count you as Gen X.
Yeah.
You're.
But
and too, because she's an old soul.
That's right.
No,
And
I refuse. I already told you. The whole Gen X millennial thing, that's Melanie Mac words. Okay, I don't like it.
It's
no, you gotta watch
you're not Gen X and you want to be Gen X.
If you're Gen X,
to be Gen X.
We're the coolest because we're the coolest. You got to watch the Real Slim Sherry.
Yes,
I love her. She cracks me up, and she just knows Gen X, and she interacts
with other people that she hangs out with. That one black guy.
You don't know if your parents raised you Gen X, and you just don't realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't like modern technology either, do you? So you're definitely Gen X in.
Well, here's the thing, Neil. Excuse me, Gen X. Gen X created modern technology. Let's not forget that.
True. But there are still some Gen X's that
there are.
Yeah.
But
you had a Commodore 64.
Ooh, there we go.
I had web TV when that was before instant AOL Instant Messenger. That was how you chatted. Web TV had that. Yep.
What the hell was that?
It was literally like a keyboard you literally plugged into your TV.
Yeah. Wow. And it turned it into.
And it you typed but it was right before AOL Instant Messenger kicked up.
I think in the UK we kind of had things like you had in the 1930s. So in the 1970s, it was the 1930s here.
Who had Netscape Navigator?
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah. I never had AOL.
And I have to cook food, so I'm going to say bye. I love you.
Thanks for coming by, Amy.
I will send you obnoxious pictures from the beach.
Okay, we'll send you grievances,
but also have a great
grievances.
Time.
I want the grievances. Give me the grievances, all of them.
Some of them Amy. About you being at the beach and me not being there. So
bye.
Bye. Hopefully she has good weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss my boombox too, because there's just something about listening to music on a boombox when you've got that cassette tape that you sat by the radio for hours to get that one song on.
I still have a boombox.
And not getting the DJ's voice in it as well.
Just have one.
Yeah, it's like,
I still have one.
Listen to it at any time.
I still have one. I got grounded one time, and my parents took away my boombox because, So I pulled out my old tape recorder, the little flat one that had the microphone, and I just sat it on my bed and put the cassette in there, and I'm like, I'm fine.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Walkman too. Oh,
wow.
Walkman.
yeah, I saw a thing the other day. Oh my gosh, it was an flight attendants, and they were cleaning out the cabin after a flight, and they see something in the overhead cab thing, and there's wires, and she thinks it's a bomb. She's, oh crap, it's a bomb. So she calls over the other flight attendant, and they see wires, like, oh crap, it's a bomb. What do we do? So they call security over. The security guy looks over at him and goes, "You're Gen Z, right?" And they're like, "What does that have to do anything?" It's like, "That's a Walkman." They had never seen one before, and they automatically saw the headphone wires and thought it was a bomb.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, oh. So. XM radio, 80s. I only listen to radio in the car usually. I see it, it's easy to have Spotify and all that where you curate your list, which is fine, but there's something to be said for just getting those random songs on the radio when you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did I see the other day where it was like, our generation is the only generation that had to buy all our music on tapes, vinyl, CDs, and then digital downloads as well. Nobody else had to do all of those things.
Yeah, we had albums, and we thought, okay, and then cassette tapes. Oh wow, portable. You don't have to listen in your stereo.
If you think about it, CDs were a complete waste of time, really, weren't they? It's like they could have just cut them out for a couple of decades and gone straight onto digital.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, these generations will never understand the horror of having to rewind a cassette
with a pencil
back into the case. Yeah. And pray it's not all kinked up so that it doesn't play anymore. So you get that skip.
Or it twists, and then,
Or a scratch on your album.
Oh, worse.
My brother scratched one of my brother's albums one time and told him it was my sister.
I remember my cousin, the record player, the vinyl player, or whatever people call them now. We all thought it was so clever because he had a little attachment that used to go on the head, the stylus head, and it was just a little foam wheel, and it collected all the fluff before it went to the needle. And everyone was like, "Oh, that is just genius! That is just so clever!" And it's like,
yeah, 8-track.
I had to clean the fluff off the record player several times.
When you have to pull that fluff off the needle and you get that noise.
You just have to lift.
You had to wipe it with a cotton cloth, and it could only be cotton. Could be anything else, and it had to be clean.
Did you have the arm thing where it used to drop one at a time?
Yeah.
Then that was brilliant. That was like the height of technology, wasn't it?
Yeah. My dad had a reel-to-reel, which was pre-cassette tapes. The big reels, and it would go. Yeah, those were. He never let us touch those. He only was the only one who ever was allowed to touch the reel-to-reel because he didn't trust us. But
Laurie says an 8-track tape player. I've never had one of those.
Yeah, they were big 8-tracks tapes. Priest knows what they are.
In the car. When
I was we did too.
Had all the police cassettes, 8-tracks.
So what's everybody's knitting plans?
Well,
I know Neil's got his Tunisian sweater. Did you finish that? Because Annie's almost done with hers.
Well, I did finish. I've knitted my I've Tunisianed mine already, and it's already finished. So Annie's doing a version of that. And I did start doing another one, but I'm probably not going to finish that in time. So, but Annie's doing well with hers.
Hers is going fast.
Yeah, I think she's only got a sleeve to do and just the edging, you know, the ribbing. I don't know about any other plans, really. I've got this that I'm working on. I have no idea what it will be, but it's just brioche, and so it's all crumpled up at the moment because it's on. So it's like that color on one side, that color on
that's
the other
pretty.
side.
Still need to learn that.
Yarn, so it's like very. I find it a little bit too fine just to knit with. So what I found though is doing brioche is perfect for it. It really works well with it.
Well, I'm going to work on my sweater for the Christmas sweater knit along. Probably in a few days I'll start it over again because I just need to work on something else. But
I do have a plan, and it relates to you, Liz. Kind of.
No,
don't have to worry. But you might be interested in it. I'm thinking of doing a sweater with that technique. The fusion or the fission, whichever one it is, because I'm thinking of just doing a plain pieced sweater, and then just having some nothing fancy for a first one, but just having some straight lines going up, maybe.
Oh, very cool. Except you lost me at pieced.
Well, I don't know whether you can. I don't want to do it in the round if you have to do garter as the background.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
You know, if it was all done, stockinette, then that'd be fine. Because I think garter's just easier, isn't it, when you do it flat?
Yeah. That's a really cool technique, though. I need to really sit down and watch the videos.
I'm surprised. I'm sure it must have been done before because it's so simple.
I'm sure it's been done before with different names.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be a lot of new techniques or things that people figure it out. Morgan said she'd give a pieced sweater a go.
Okay.
Morgan, don't you know you're not supposed to volunteer?
Yeah, I need witnesses. I need signed witnesses to this that Morgan is offering to test.
Morgan, what have we told you about volunteering?
Pressing her into it like you have to, Morgan.
Don't be crying that I'm giving you too much to test.
She put her own name forward.
She's volunteering as a tribute. Sacrifice, not tribute.
That's so that you'll. I need to improve my seaming skills. Well, it's probably also because if you're doing it as a test knit, no one's going to yell at you about it like they did about your shawl. They'll yell at Neil because they'll yell at Neil because he's the designer, but not at you because you're just following the instructions.
Right.
Yeah, Joe Bob, you big bully.
Poor Morgan. It was fun to see her the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And
her lovely shawl.
Yep. And we didn't have to see Oreo and Pumpkin too much, so that's always a win. I'm sorry.
Are cute. They are.
They are cute from a distance. I'm sorry.
from
I'm sorry.
2 states away. Great.
From someone who's had nasty spider bites, I just have spider issues. But
well, as I was watching it, I was thinking, my cats bite me more than Morgan's spiders have bitten her. So.
Yeah, but you wait. Hers might turn hers with radioactive powers for all you know. Oh, they enjoyed a good meal yesterday. Good for them. Yeah, just following orders is not the defense you think it is.
It's not a legal defense.
Not for a designer called Literally Knitler.
Yeah, probably not.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's
see what they make of that, the hate viewers.
I'm so done. It's like I don't even read the hate stuff on Reddit anymore because it's just like so ridiculous.
I've got a new person to say hello to. Actually, we're going to have a long list. So, hi, Penelope. Hi, Joan. Hi, Chris. Hi, David. Hi, whoever else is hate watching.
Oh, whatever.
Good night, Sue Ellen. Good night,
Jim.
Good night, John Bob. Good night, John Boy. Yeah,
I wonder
I don't
sometimes
know.
whether we've got more hate watchers than actually,
Probably.
like watchers.
Please,
Well,
if you're hate watching this, tell your friends. We need to bump up those numbers.
Yeah,
okay, we're at rookie numbers
Share
now.
the hate.
Yeah, and you're the one being miserable, not us. We're having fun. Because we're hanging with our friends, and that's what we do.
Well, I think you were saying before about they always moan about us going on each other's podcasts. I just think it's because there's a lot more of the so-called woke podcasters out there, and they're not really friends. And I think because we're a smaller group, we have become friends. You know what I mean? Where it's not just about being on a show. You know what I mean? We talk outside of this as well.
But here's the thing, too, with a lot of them, the minute somebody falters or has a problem, they pile on. Like, if somebody makes a mistake in their world, they immediately pile on. And, we don't do that. If somebody has a problem or a mistake, we just support them because, hey, people are human. And
clearly, because I make a lot of mistakes.
We all do. I couldn't even spell mayhem right. And Therese had to tell me. I'm like, I didn't even notice. That's a sad thing.
It's just because typos just jump out at me.
No, they normally do. And the fact I didn't see it annoyed me. But yeah, I'm sad for those people because they don't seem to be happy. And knitting is supposed to make you happy. Where are their good endorphins? They spent half the time knitting and less time going after people.
They might get. How would they know unless they watch? Well, they do. Right. They do watch. Yeah.
Neil's do, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Neil's got quite the hate club going.
I think what it is, I think they actually like me. I think this is one of those contradictory things. They like me, but they don't like what I believe in or what I stand for. So I think there's a bit of a conflict because
so dang charismatic.
Well, that was it. They're the ones that said that. Well, that I was it not charismatic? It was what was the word they said? Charming. That was it. They said I was charming.
Oh, are you using your charm to gaslight us? Is that it?
Yes, and obviously the whole Santa thing was a put on thing, wasn't it? But I don't normally look like this. It's obviously a Santa suit that I wear. But
right.
Yeah, so I do think they kind of like me, but hate that they like me. So I think that's why they carry on watching.
Well, it's sad. I mean,
look at Joe Bob.
You keep telling yourself. Well,
what would an Australian know about charm? Come on.
Let's not get into a British Australian thing. You already use words we don't use. So
too many of these Commonwealth phrases.
I know.
Yeah, thanks,
crazy.
Morgan. Morgan did the scarf that I did, the charming scarf thing.
I don't know. Why be miserable? Like, it's like they seek out people to go after because it makes them feel better, superior, I guess. I don't know. I don't have time for that.
I don't understand hate watching. I don't have enough hours in the day to watch all the things I want to watch. So I don't understand.
Well, my theory is it's going to ramp up quite a lot until the election because it does seem to be on Craft Snark. Nothing seems to have stuck, though. They've tried to go after. I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Cree Bay? I don't know how you say a name. And
I've heard the name.
I can't for the life of me see what they have a problem with because she just seems to be very inoffensive, and she does apparently do good patterns. And I just think, what do they hate her for? But
sometimes
I think
that's all it takes.
Yeah, somebody said something to do with she was getting too big for her boots, and that's why they were, hating on her. And it's like, so she's too successful.
Who is this?
Well,
I don't know how you pronounce it, Creabea. That's what.
Oh, yeah, they went up.
Well, I don't think you say it like that though. Yeah, because she seems to be very inoffensive. I can't see anything.
Well, it's like they go after successful knitwear designers.
Mm-hmm.
they go after Andrea Mowry because how dare she partner with the mill that, she probably has part ownership in and uses them in her patterns. Like, she's gatekeeping knitting because she uses expensive yarn. Well, no one's forcing you with a gun at your head to use the same yarn. I mean, I can't count on one hand the number of times I've used the actual yarn that was called for in a pattern.
No.
You know what I mean? But she's gotten too big for her britches. They go after Stephen West. They go after anyone that they feel.
Well, that's a jealousy thing.
Oh, I know. But it's just sad. And the election thing, they all say the same exact thing about Trump, that he's trying to end rights. I've not seen one actual reason. Just that Trump is terrible, but no actual reasons why he's terrible. And how dare you support Trump? They've shown us not to buy from this dyer or this dyer or this because they support Trump. It's like, so you're going to limit yourself to something because of political views. That's fine. If you want to do that, that's fine. But, don't try to end someone's business because you disagree with them politically. And that's the discourse in the world has gotten so amazingly bad. Like, I've watched old C-SPAN things where the politicians, they disagreed, but they disagreed like human beings, and now they say the most insane things about Trump. He's going to have martial law if he wins. It's like,
okay.
They did that the first day that Trump was elected, though.
I know, and it's like,
I remember people saying on Facebook that they were going to have to hide their immigrant and LGBTQ neighbors in their basements. And I'm like, first off, if cops were coming for you, they'd read your Facebook page. Secondly, I'm not sure all those people are going to get along in your basement. And also, what sort of wacko world do you live in where you think that's a thing?
Well, do they forget that he was president for 4 years?
Well, and it used to be
all of those things could have happened.
It used to be the whack job saying that. Now it's the mainstream media saying stuff like this.
Yeah,
it's like,
well, now it's the other party saying it, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like
Kamala saying things like that as well.
It's like so absurd. Because I wonder, do they actually believe this, or do they just say whatever pops in their head at the time?
Well,
because how could they possibly believe it? Because it's just not going to happen.
He's going to
the ridiculousness of it.
But they were the ones that were actually building camps to put unvaccinated people in.
Shh! Don't say that out loud, Treese. Somebody might hear and believe you.
Yeah, you'll get a misinformation warning underneath.
Whatever.
Probably. It just blows my mind, the nonsense I'll read. Oh, so this and this politician said Trump's going to do this, or Trump's going to go after these people. No, he's not. Why would he go after people?
They know he's not, okay? They know he's not.
Things like Michael Moore saying, well, as soon as Trump's president, I'm going to get arrested. No, I doubt it very seriously that you're high on his list.
You won't fit in the squad car, okay?
I mean, maybe if you were like a human trafficker going after children, then you might have to worry about, because he'd probably go after those people. But otherwise, he doesn't care about
that's why they're worried. Maybe that is why.
Maybe. I don't know. It just blows my mind, the nonsense. Like, and people say it with a straight face. That's amazing.
I watched Elon's interview with Tucker Carlson, and he's saying the same thing. They're all puppets. There's like a group of people that are running everything. And so like Kamala and they're just puppets. And they're just saying the script. They're saying what's on the teleprompter.
Did you see that Clinton was out on the campaign trail and people didn't even know who he was?
He's another one that needs to be worried.
Yeah. I saw one Democrat talking about...
thing, isn't it? Sorry, Liz, go on.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, the irony that Clinton, what he did, and yet they don't want that ever bringing up. They always say, well, that's whataboutery. Well, it's like, well, yeah, damn right it is. What about Clinton? Talk about what he did.
Yeah, I mean, because
those male feminists.
Yeah. It's just, I saw some Democrat the other day saying that they should have kissed up to Elon more and got him on their side before he went on I'm like, wow, you're saying that out loud now. Good for you. And bad for you because you didn't think of it because,
Kat says they're worried he'll release the Epstein list on.
Yeah, he said he will.
Whether has he said that? Has Trump said that?
Yeah.
Wow. But that list is already out there, isn't it? Because I've
but
seen the list.
It's out there redacted.
Ah, right. Okay.
You don't know who.
No,
you don't.
I've seen the unredacted version. That was sent out quite a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yes,
2018?
but did they say who on that list were clients and who were just people he had associations with?
That's true. Yeah,
that's the list they're afraid of. And supposedly, according to Elon, right. Bill Gates is one of the big people who's afraid. So I don't know. I'm just waiting for the whole list of, if Trump wins, I'm going to move out of the country. Celebrities who, newsflash, don't move out of the country if he wins.
Has what's he called? Tom Hanks come back from Greece yet, or is he still hiding on Greece?
I haven't seen him in the news.
Because he disappeared very early days, didn't he? When Epstein was arrested and went to live in Greece. And they offered him citizenship, didn't they? And Greece don't have an extradition treaty, apparently, with America. So a lot of people were saying that was why, allegedly. I just wondered whether he'd come back to America or not.
I don't know. I haven't seen him in anything. I think there are a lot of people afraid of things. I think Diddy has a lot on a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly people have been paying off victims right and left. But
it's still no truth.
Do you think Diddy will suicide himself?
Yeah,
nope. I think Diddy's going to spill as much as he thinks he can so he can get out. I think he's got tapes on a lot of people that he's going to be willing to.
Yeah, what Elon said, there's like 47,000 hours of tapes between Diddy and Epstein.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine having to watch that. Having to watch some of those celebrities do whatever it was they were doing. Oh.
No.
Notice how certain celebrities, are BFFs with both Diddy and a Scientologist who's convicted of, assault. Just saying.
Can you give us a clue as to the Scientologist without saying who it is?
Well, the Scientologist was Danny Masterson.
Yes.
I didn't know he was Scientologist.
What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
They're fleeing to France or something. Yeah.
Kutcher, yeah. He was BFFs with Danny Masterson and Diddy. And,
And Oprah. I think she had connections to them all, didn't she?
He's the worst.
Allegedly.
I think there's a lot of people who need to worry right now. And
we don't. That's one thing.
I'm not.
True. See, being normal people has its advantages. I see one more celebrity complaining about how hard it is to be a celebrity.
Well,
I didn't expect this much intrusion into my life.
What did
okay, well,
I think they're talking about P. Diddy's intrusion, though. I think that's slightly different.
Well, I guess some singer was complaining about growing up queer in the Middle East, and Bill Maher said, "You think that compares to growing up queer in Midwest? Sorry, in Midwest states?" And he said, "Do you think that compares about being queer and growing up in the Middle East? I think they have a little bit more to whine about."
If they're allowed to grow up, yeah.
No, there is that. I watched one of those college videos where they interview the college students and they talk about socialism, and they're like, "Oh, socialism is a good thing, and it's capitalism is bad." And they're like, "Okay, so you're willing to take some of your grades and give them to other students?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I worked too hard for that. I'm like, "Oh, okay, so socialism isn't bad." And then they were doing the same thing about scholarships. They're like, and it's like, "So we should take money from you," because they're saying education should be free. And they're like, "Oh, well, who's going to pay for it?"
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to pay for it. And they're like, "Well, taxpayers should pay for it, and everyone should, there should be equal opportunity, equal equity, and DEI, diversity is a good thing." And so it was like Florida State or whatever, and they showed them pictures of their football team, and they said, "Well, this is what your football team would look like if they follow DEI principles. And it was, most college football teams happen to be black because there are a lot of black athletes play football. And this, it wasn't. And they're like, oh, well, merit should count in sports. And they're like, so merit should count in sports, but not things like medicine, engineering, all that kind of stuff. You don't think maybe merit's a thing? And then finally, it was dawning on some of them like, oh yeah, well, maybe merit's a good thing after all.
Can I just answer Sherry's question? She's asking what this is here.
Oh yeah,
managing to do that. It's just my camera's really crap, so it's an app that I've got on iPhone, which is called Epoch, I think, and it's a camera and it comes out better, but they leave that symbol on the screen for some reason. I didn't know what it was myself for ages. You don't remember me asking? I don't know who's.
Yeah. You did ask. I remember that.
Yeah, so that's all it is, but I can't get rid of it.
I was wondering if we were supposed to have it and we didn't. So was I doing something wrong?
I could just pretend it's a logo on my T-shirt, couldn't I?
Yes.
As long as I don't move. Yes, always.
Permanent neck ache, but beyond that.
Yeah. Otherwise, it looks like it's stuck in my beard. Something I had for tea earlier.
So, Anne, what kind of beanie are you making?
One that is already in timeout.
Oh no!
Oh, that was fast.
Been naughty already. Why? What's it done?
Oh.
Is it a colorwork one or Intarsia?
It's gone. If it survives, it will be an Intarsia one.
You're having a time of it.
I am.
See, don't do Intarsia, and then you'll be happier. That's the answer.
No. It's not the Intarsia that's the issue. I'm not sure the yarn is right for the needle. I think it's too big. It's too loose, I guess you would say. Because if you do Intarsia, it's much happier if it's a fairly tight knit. And I thought I would go on the cheap and knit it faster with a larger needle. Do not do that. Anyways.
Listen to Anne because she knows more about Intarsia than the rest of us.
Yeah.
So if she says that, then listen because she's done more Intarsia than anybody I know.
Unreliable narrator. Okay. Just, so yes.
All right.
So anyways, I started another puzzle box quilt square because hopefully I remember how to do that one at least. We're going down my level of. There's a lot of projects that I will just make a lot of. So I'm like, no, Intarsia hat, bam, I'll just whip that out.
Or will you?
I will not, apparently.
Well, if you need it, the Patterns and Blocked magazine.
I had this needle sitting in the bag with my scraps of yarn for this quilt, and I actually had to be like, this is a little small. I had to look over. I have the Google Doc that I opened to look at what the needle size was. Like, no, that's right. I'm listen to myself.
All right. Well, we've been on like 4 times in the last week between our podcast and Knitting Wars, so we're probably going to end soon because you guys have seen a lot of us this week. So sorry if you don't like it. Thank you for coming back, though.
Up. Yeah,
we do appreciate it.
And thanks for coming on Knitting Wars too.
That was fun.
It was fun.
We always like to come on Knitting Wars.
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to Neil and Tabitha one day getting together and filming because
someday.
Just to shut Tabitha up.
Yes.
Well,
we will.
Well,
temporarily, but yeah.
There should be a Whodunit 2, probably not till next winter. Amy's hasn't worked on it yet, and she's not got it scheduled, so it will happen just sometime later, much later probably.
But you never know. She might whip it out in one day. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible too, because that's just how she is. But we will see. We're looking forward to it because we all enjoyed the first one. And
most of us.
You didn't enjoy the first one?
Some of us finished it and some of us didn't.
Some of us was a proofreader on the story, so knew what was happening
Right.
ahead of time.
Some of us were.
Yeah, some of us knew what was going to happen. So, but knit a sweater, make people feel good, make yourself feel good, knit it for yourself. Cabot Cove knit something while you watch or listen to Murder, She Wrote or watch Tabitha.
November 1st.
November 1st. And then PIK might be doing something soon. I'm sure we'll get the details when they're ready to divulge them.
Yes, that's another thing that I'm behind on. That it'll be somewhat easy for the audience, a little labor intensive for me in the next couple of weeks.
Of course, you put yourself through these things. We're just like, hey, knit a sweater, whatever. You don't need a spreadsheet, nothing like that. No details.
This is going to be a lot of fun, though. This is going to have a little pizzazz to it. I'm looking forward to this.
Well, you guys always have pizzazz. It's just a lot of work for Anne because she has to write everything out.
I do.
And
she's particular.
And please send your articles, patterns, suggestions to Neil for Blocked because he really appreciates it. And it's good to see new voices and new designers in the magazine. So
yeah,
feel free to please send them. And I'm trying to think. Send your grievances to Amy.
Oh, and the next issue. So the Fall Yours coming out very soon, probably the 1st of November or the last day of October, whichever comes. Well, not whichever comes sooner because that'll be stupid. But the one after that is the Cold Heart issue. So that's definitely one you can get your teeth into. Mm-hmm. So think of ideas for that one if you want to submit anything.
Technically, if it's the first day in November for you, it'll be the last day in October for us.
That's true. So I was right. It worked.
And Joe Bob, who knows?
Yes, because you guys live in the future.
Yeah, Joe Bob's next year, I think. She's already a year ahead of us.
I don't know if she's quite a year ahead of us, but
quite a year.
She's getting there. So, but thanks you guys for coming on. And I'm sorry, I'm just tired. I'm getting over a cold.
Yeah, and it's 1 a.m. for me.
My brain is coming and going, and I haven't eaten, so that's starting to get to me. We are the future. Yes, you and Neil are the future, Joe Bob, and we love the future. At least some of the people in it, anyway. Not everybody in the future. And Morgan, we loved seeing you the other day. You're always welcome. Just get somebody to quit at work. I'm sure Tabitha could give you pointers. She would probably come up with a way to
get them fired.
Quit at work.
Can't you take one of your spiders in and just leave it on somebody's seat?
Yeah, but they might hurt the spider though, and she wouldn't want to do that.
Well, maybe you take the least favorite one.
Or catch a wild one and put it on the seat. No.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. No, don't kill any bugs.
Don't kill anybody.
We don't appreciate that. She doesn't want her babies to die.
Murder. We don't condone animal.
Spiders' lives matter.
They do to Morgan at least, and we support her. So, yeah, I have a hat pattern coming out as soon as I get pictures from Morgan, and then, and then I'll have another one in Block Magazine next month for the Christmas issue for the Cold Heart.
Yay!
Wait till you see the cover of the next issue, and I'm not going to say anything
about
who it is.
Dun, dun,
okay.
Dun.
It's very good.
Okay.
Okay.
Doing them tomorrow, I promise. Awesome. Thank you. I'm just wondering if I should switch up the pattern I send you because they're both technically winter patterns. But this one has hearts on it.
Cold Heart.
So it would match for the theme better than the other one that I'm doing for Chicken Lady. And then I can just release the Chicken Lady one myself. Because I can't send you two. That would be weird for the same issue.
You could.
I could, but maybe. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But that does have hearts, so that would fit in with the heart thing.
Yep.
So maybe I'll do that and actually be on theme for once in one of your pattern submissions, since I'm not usually on the theme.
Speaking of themes, I need some more themes for the end of the year, the end of next year. So if anyone has any theme ideas, let me know.
Well, tell us what's out there already.
The Ghosts of Christmas Future.
Yeah. So we've got Cold Heart for December, and then we've got Feast or Famine for February. Then we have I forgot what it's called. Codes, but not codes. What's it called? I've forgotten what the word is. Ciphers. And then we have Hoist the Colours, which obviously that people will go crazy with that one because they can do whatever they like. And that's it. So I've only got the next 4 issues planned.
So I need to come up with a pirate theme.
For Hoist the Colours, you could, yeah. Or you could do anything you like, because I've deliberately done that one to coincide with that particular flag month. So if people want to do their country's flags as well, that will work. Or pirates.
Something to think
about. How about
a
music? Somebody said a music theme.
Yeah.
Oh, send an idea, Emily. Choose a song, and then we can do it.
Now I'm thinking about pirates. Okay. So.
Yeah, could just do one sock, for the peg leg pirate.
And for the record, despite what Tabitha says, Neil won't do charts for everybody. I'm just saying.
Is that what she's been saying to everyone? Is it? Neil will do you a chart.
He loves doing charts.
I believe those were her exact words. He loves doing charts. So.
I do love doing charts, to be fair, but not when somebody's. Because I kept saying, it needs to be sort of 2 colours. The idea needs to be 2 colours, and then it works really well. So then she sends me an album cover with about 75 colours in it, and that's the one I want.
Okay, because now I have an idea, and I have specific yarn I want to use for that hoist of colors. But you just have to tell me how to get Stitch Fiddle to replicate across, like, you know what I mean? How you copy. If you have a motif, how do you make it copy?
To someone else's account, do you mean? Or...
No. Like if you put in a little motif on your little grid, how do you make it keep copying that motif over and over? Or do I have to?
I just copy it and then just paste. I'm sure
there's
probably a quicker way of doing it, but that's the way I do it.
I was hoping you had a trick.
No, I mean you could do Control V. That's quicker than using your mouse, but no, I don't know the fancy things for it.
Okay.
And Mike, because you use it, don't you, Anne? I think.
No, Stitch Fiddle and I are still having a disagreement, and the disagreement is that they won't take my money, so it refuses to let me do the upgraded program.
Wow.
So I'm just kind of stuck.
I had a really hard time paying for it when I did mine too. And it took like 2 or 3 days to actually get it to go through.
Oh yeah, I've done it multiple times in a day. I've done it and then tried again a couple of weeks
later. Have you tried like I tried? I had ended up having to do it with PayPal or something. I had to do it. That was weird. That's so weird because it took me like 3 days and I had to switch to a different payment plan.
Yeah. Well,
I guess they don't like Americans.
Where are they based? Are they British?
I don't know. You didn't have a problem with them, so obviously they must.
I think I did. I can't remember
because they must hate Americans.
It was some complaint that it's like something about it being an international issue, but
I think I paid via PayPal. So I don't know whether that makes it easier or not. I think, although I can't remember now.
A single sock cow for a peg leg pirate.
Well, hey, I'm almost done, so
Hey. Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, we'll have to do eye patches as well, won't we? An eye patch design competition.
I have to decide on next year's Shark Week theme. I have an idea for it, But
that reminds me of when Tina hurt her eye and she had the eye patch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she had the knit eye patch.
Yeah.
She was ahead of the curve already. She was already planning for me.
Of course.
Shark
Week. Oh my God, we're already thinking about Shark Week.
Oh, I have
Anne. Okay.
Yeah.
Silly me. There's probably a notebook already.
Well, yeah, I have to write down all my ideas for Shark Week names for ones that I really want to do. And,
I have one I'll send to you. I have an idea. Don't know whether you'll like it, though, but put it in your bag of possibles.
Well, the thing is that, look, we have enough ideas for like 20 of these things. So I hope y'all like Shark Week. I hope
Yeah, have you got the 25th anniversary one ready?
No, but I'm pretty excited for Shark X, which if we get to 10 of these things, it's got to be fast and furious.
Well, feel free to count on our support as supporters again. It was fun to be part of.
It is fun.
Oh yeah, it's a blast.
Now I'm thinking of all the movies that could be shark movies now.
Mm-hmm. That last one was pretty epic, so I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty epic, and a lot of people finished, and that's always good.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't. I barely started.
It happens. Our sweater knit along. You don't have to finish your sweater. I mean, you might want to finish it to wear it, but you don't have to finish. I'm trying to be lenient, and it can be whips as long as it's one that you aren't like on the bottom ribbing or something.
Off,
Yeah.
So I can't enter my Stephen West.
Yeah, you can. You have a ways to go in there, don't you?
No. All I've got to do is the ribbing now and the button band.
Oh no.
I should have kept it then, shouldn't I?
I have one that just needs sleeves.
You can enter the red one. How's that?
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, the red one.
Course, yeah. There you go. You can wear it with your Santa hat. He should get one of, when you go to the mall and you can get the stockings and hats where they put the names on in glitter. he should get one of those hats where it says literally Nittler.
Right.
Well, I've still got the half.
Yes, Morgan, it does.
So when I've got I might try and turn this into something that will be Santa-ish.
Babushka.
Sort of. If I put a white edge on it, it's Santa, isn't it?
Santa Illuminati. Hey, I have a pattern I'm going to use for
as well, isn't it?
I have my pattern for my Illuminati cowl. I just have to knit it, and I even have the yarn for it. So, Morgan's changing her idea now. Okay.
Oh,
good for her. She's going to play along, and I promise that we will not be critical of your sweater like people were critical of your shawl. But it was done out of love, so what can I say?
Is that what you call it?
Ask Joe. I'm sure it was done out of love. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. Seeing all our friends and everybody in the chat, and send your ideas to Neil, and please send him articles for the magazine too.
I forgot something. I've got something to show you.
Uh-oh.
If I can find it.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Right. Don't look for a second. Let me hide
Oh, it's okay. He left.
Oh, he set it up. Okay.
No.
She said that last time. She said last time it wasn't out of love.
Oh.
Oh, let me see. Is that the one that you got? Yep.
Very good.
That's amazing.
Joe Bob sent it to me. And
what's it say? Literally.
Oh
my gosh. I love it.
And there's something on the side as well.
Oh, can't see that.
Stupidest man.
Man. Oh yeah. Yeah, she told me about that. She told me that she was putting that on there.
I almost completely forgot about it.
Well,
awesome.
Do I look like an American?
I think
You just need you need your American flag and gold and bald eagle in the background, Neil, and then you'll be looking like an American.
Am I supposed to wear it? What's that thing that everyone always does with the front? They always bend the front, don't they? What's that about? I have no idea how to wear a baseball.
It looks fine.
All you need to learn to do is to learn how to load a shotgun better than Tim Waltz, and you'll be an American.
My dog can do that pretty much. Yeah.
I know.
How that guy
crazy.
got to be in the National Guard for how many years? 34 years or something, and doesn't know how to.
He was in deployment stuff, so he probably wasn't practicing, shooting much.
They do have gun training though.
Well, yeah, but yeah, he's a piece of work, that one. And his wife is just crazy. Did you see that ad she put out giving people an assignment, like she was their kindergarten teacher, to go vote for Kamala? She's a former teacher. It's insulting.
That's really how you win people over.
Almost as insulting as Jennifer Garner, who I usually love, saying men who vote for Kamala are sexy, and just I'm like, no. I can't go there.
I saw someone repost that with her all snuggling up to Harvey Weinstein.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, male feminists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hasn't he launched an appeal or something, or has he been charged?
No, they're going to try. They want to try all his cases at one time. In New York.
Isn't he kind of like a death's door? He's like,
that's probably why, because he's so. It's amazing how many people knew what he was doing and let it go on for so long, and then suddenly turned against him when before they had no problem with it. Mm-hmm. So this whole Me Too thing seems pretty much, it's not something that they actually adhere to all the time.
Same with Diddy, isn't it? Suddenly they're all like, his parties were awful, infamous. I used to leave early. It's like, why did you never tell anyone?
Yeah, I worry about the children, because there's like 25 minors who are part of the lawsuit against him.
Oh, really?
Or they were minors at the time.
Mm-hmm. I wonder about these things, though, because it kind of seems like, it's like, oh, well, it's Diddy. Oh, this is a Diddy problem. This. It's kind of like, it's not a hostage. And you're like, oh, no, it was that guy, not the rest of us. Bye. And everyone else scuffles off.
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean,
Weinstein. It's like Weinstein this, Weinstein that. It's like, I'm not saying he was a good guy. I'm saying, you think he was the only Hollywood producer who was doing that?
Well, and I think the payoff for his assistant not being, convicted with him, because she had to know what was going on, was giving her the ability to write the Acolyte. And we saw how that failed. That was her payoff. I think Hollywood gave her that so she'd keep quiet.
I saw somewhere that Spielberg is allegedly going to be the next one. Allegedly.
I don't want to know that if it's true.
Yeah, I don't. But well, if you listen to Roseanne, she's just like, they're all like that, all of them.
I believe that.
Now, obviously, it's not all. There are some that are,
I think there's a lot of hedonism, I guess is the word. I'm not, because a lot of people in that industry feel like that they can do anything they want to do without consequence.
Yes.
And they don't seem to care that it hurts people, because they think people are willing to be part of the system there, so they don't think about that they're hurting people. You know what I mean? They think that these young starlets and young male actors are there willingly, so they don't see that that they're doing anything wrong.
Like that Jennifer Lawrence, yeah.
Well,
I think there's also some kind of like cult stuff, satanic stuff. That's just.
I think they're just a. Yeah, I think there's a lot of them that just, they go with the flow and they don't see the victims because they think everybody's there voluntarily, because, casting couch, haha. And, I saw a thing with Pamela Anderson who talked about how she made sure she was never put in that position because her mother told her, don't be dumb. So she would never, ever go to a hotel room with anyone, a man like a director like that. All her meetings were in public.
Smart.
She's like, people who, women make dumb choices and they get in situations sometimes that put them in danger. And her mother told her, don't be one of those women. So everyone that she had relationships with was voluntary, as she put it. But yeah, too many of these young kids go off to Hollywood and they don't have parents there. Like how many of these actor kids that are like 15 and 16 with their big houses and and their entourages, but they have no parents or adults there, raising them. And like that stupid TikToker dude who crashed his McLaren the other day because he was live streaming. Oh, he was.
I saw it. I did.
Yeah.
See that, yeah.
It was live streaming, driving in a hurricane in Florida in a McLaren, speeding on the freeway, and was too busy looking at his phone and spun out and hit the guardrail and destroyed his $200,000 car. He wasn't too concerned with his cameraman who was in the car with him, who was bleeding from the head, who he kept getting filming. He got in between him and the EMTs and said, you don't understand. I've lost 200 grand. I need to make my money back. And it's all about, woe is me. I lost my car. And then they show him later.
$200,000 car. There's something wrong with you.
Well, and then they show him later with his mom, and he's telling his mom, "Oh, it's no big deal. It was just the rain." He's totally lying to her. What's happened? She's like, and then he gets banned because Kick banned him because he was committing a crime because it's illegal to be on your phone while you're driving in Florida. And he's telling his mom, "Oh, it's fine. I'll get back. I'll get back." She goes, "Well, you can't afford to lose your channel." It's like, I'm sorry, you're not helping this kid who's not even 21, who has all this ton of money that he's gotten live streaming, but he has no morals. His last car wreck, he put his girlfriend in the hospital because he flipped a golf cart. And it's like, I think a lot of it's the same when they go to Hollywood. These kids have no supervision and they get preyed upon and they think they can do whatever they want without recourse because that's the lifestyle there, and it's in the music industry too. I mean, you get all these young kids and I'm not even talking about the Disney kids who are abused.
Story proves that you don't need a manager to be a piece of crap.
Right.
That's true.
You can just do that all on your own.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm not talking about the Disney kids who were all abused. I'm talking about just general kids in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But, it's just, and that where's the parents? They're either living off them.
Yeah. They've got dollar signs. Yeah.
I mean, very few of the parents are actually on set making sure their kids are okay. And to me, they're giving their child away to this. And I don't have any, respect for that. But all right, that's me. Sorry. It just annoys me when I see these stories and it's like, well, where were your parents? Why was this 16-year-old in, Hollywood going to these parties?
Look at Drew Barrymore. She was like 12 years old, 11 years old, doing coke at Studio 54 and all this,
She was partying with her mom. Yeah. She was with her mom.
Yeah, then when she left her parents, she ended up going to live with some big rock star from was it the Eagles or the Beach Boys or somebody? It's like, what was she doing with them? She went to live with them for about 2 years, and she was still underage. Her
whole family had addiction problems. Back to her grandfather and whatnot. It was nothing for the kids to be on taking drugs and whatnot. It's sad because her parents are part of the system.
Are they still alive, the parents?
I don't know. Her mom might be. I don't know. She freaks me out now. She's all creepy now.
She's a whack balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's a lot of what she did messed with her. I think a lot of them are messed in the head after the things they do.
Oh, yeah.
And it's sad, but if you don't have a parent that's looking out for your kid, then your kid's going to go down bad paths sometimes. I mean, they go down bad paths even when you are looking after them.
Right.
So when you're not, they don't have that voice telling them, hey, this isn't a good idea. And they go to Diddy parties or whatnot, or, which is insane.
Oh, did you hear what Conor McGregor had to say about P. Diddy?
No, what did he say?
I thought this was quite interesting because I would have imagined him to be into all of that, but he said He just said no. So. He said excuse my French. Doing a full circle here. He said that P. Diddy seems to be up his own arse. And I thought, oh, that's. But this is before he was arrested, I think.
But here's the thing: he's so narcissistic. He has to be the most important guy in the room. So he's not going to go be part of something with somebody like Diddy, who
Yeah, he probably wants a better version of his own, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, not just that. I just think narcissists like that, they always have to be the number one person. So, but all right. Thank you, Anne and Neil and Amy, who was here earlier in her lovely turban. And we will see you guys next Monday on our regularly scheduled Monday. And not before. Unless somebody asks us on.
I'm sure you'll turn up somewhere between now and then.
Unless somebody asks us on, and then we'll have to really consider it. Because some of us are tired. So, but thank you guys. Thanks for chat. We really appreciate it. And it was good to see you again, Neil. We haven't seen you in a bit.
Yeah, I've not been doing many because I don't know. I've just, when you just don't feel like you've got much to say.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Sure.
Sometimes I feel like I've said all the words I have to say ever.
I saw our favorite Southern dyer was doing a GoFundMe for somebody else.
Oh, really? I missed that one.
Yeah, for some other yarn store dyer in Florida and Georgia.
Oh, I think I saw. Right. Oh, I didn't know she was part of that. I did see that, but I didn't know she was connected. Ugh, doesn't surprise me.
Wow. It surprised me because it wasn't for herself, basically.
Maybe she's getting a cut or something.
Yeah. Well, it's all to make her look like she's nice. It's all about, show.
Optics. Yep.
And it's because the thing is, it's the fact that she goes on about how much they give each year and things like that. It's like you only do that if you there's a reason.
You're signaling. Yeah.
Because other people give to charity and just say nothing,
Well, unless you're showing the documents showing that you gave, you can say you gave anything.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Harry and Meghan with their charity. They don't actually give out any money. They just, spend it.
And it's always a tax write-off anyway, isn't it? It's always to help you financially, if you're giving, huge amounts of money, that is. Not talking about $10 here or $10 there, but, and this, what is it? The cause of the quarter thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
all right. We need to head off. It's been a long time. I know. We got to go. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Anne. I hope your beanie works out and your puzzle block. You can do this, Anne. You are the queen of beanies.
Yeah, or something.
It's temporary.
All right. Okay. Thanks. Bye, Neil. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See you later, Therese.